Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is Sunday, is October the 13th, and this is Coffee Talk. Rise and shine, everybody. How are you? Hope you're doing well. I'm WESH 2 first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. We get together 7 days, see what's doing on the world of weather. Hopefully, your day is starting off lovely. Still no internet here at the house, so just kind of coming outside and trying to get the best line of sight I can to be able to get the old non-terrestrial internet. So there we go. All right. That said, let's take a look outside, see what's doing on our Tower Cam network. Oh, Port Canaveral is looking good. Oh man, oh man. Look at that. Wonder of the Seas, a couple of other ships, boats, whatever you want to call them, going in and out. It's a beautiful morning over at Port Canaveral. A couple of clouds overhead, sure. Let's head up to the Kennedy Space Center, see what's doing. Yeah. Hold on one second. Reach around and turn off and on the power strip. All kinds of electrical issues at our house this morning, post-hurricane. All right, so on the left side here, you've got a shot of the SpaceX pad over at the Kennedy Space Center. And in particular, you have a Starship launch tower. Now, there's no Starship launch today from the Kennedy Space Center. However, we are peeking in live at the feed from SpaceX because in just a few minutes' time, they're going to go for their fifth at not only launching the most powerful rocket ever created, and this is just kind of their spiel talking about this. Of course, we've got to compare it to the Millennium Falcon, but in addition to that, they're also trying to land it on their pad, which is something that will happen here at the Kennedy Space Center. That exact same launch and landing facility can be pictured right there, that really tall one there, and the kind of thing sticking out on the bottom. They call them the chopsticks. Man, that'll be really interesting to watch today. I'm going to do everything I can to stream that live as well. All right, let's head over to the Orlando International Airport. I understand this tower cam's going away. We have another one in the vicinity, but this exact one's going away. So enjoy these sites while we can. I know the new one's up. I just haven't programmed it into the computer system yet. Okay. All right. Down to the tourist district. See how we're looking. Oh, it's beautiful. Head to downtown Orlando. I don't know if there's a farmer's market this morning or not. And last but not least, looking over to the Majesty building. Our flag was still there after the storm. How do you like that? All right. First warning live Doppler radar. Check in. See how we're doing this morning. Yes, there are. Let's head into Brevard County just a little bit. Sweeping on through. Kind of see those showers around. Nothing too impactful. But if you're around Melbourne, if you're just north of there on Satellite Beach, Patrick Space Force Base, there are a few showers to contend with. Nothing too big, but it's just one of those things. Temperatures out the door, y'all. It feels so nice outside, doesn't it? 69 in Orlando, 67 in the Villages, 66 in Palm Coast. Oh man, it's beautiful outside. It is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. It feels good. Ironically, like I'm doing coffee talk outside with these lovely temperatures, but I would add that's actually kind of something I've done the last couple of years, doing coffee talk outside for the first few weeks of temperatures in the 60s, just because it's so nice outside. I'm doing it today kind of more out of necessity because the internet's bad, so I'm just doing what I can to be able to get a good signal, but here we are. So anyway, it's beautiful outside. Holly says, good morning. Feeling no showers in Indian Atlantic right now with the sun shining so bright. Maybe we'll have another gorgeous rainbow. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Michael Meyer over on Twitter's asking about anything new in the tropics. We'll take a look at it. Let's just kind of finish up our local forecast package here, and then we'll definitely take a look at the tropics. All right. Upper 70s by 11 o'clock, lower 80s 1 p.m., 86 degrees our 3 p.m. temperature. So it's going to be a gorgeous day. 86 our high temperature or so. Here's a look kind of around Central Florida, and this should give us kind of a good idea today. So average high temperature is 86. That's exactly where we'll be, right? 84 degrees in Leesburg, 84 degrees in Ocala, 80 degrees flat, Palm Coast, and 82 in Daytona Beach. So I think we're doing all right. I think it's a great morning. I think it's going to be a great afternoon. How's everybody doing? Before we go any further, like, everybody okay? Everybody make it through the storm okay? Damage, I'm sure some of us have, but is everybody's health okay? Are we okay? Just want to check on you. Just want to check on you. Nilsa, good morning. Brian, good morning. Thank you for the kind words, Brian. I appreciate it. Woke up yesterday seeing my breath in Canada. Much, much nicer here this morning in Orlando. Yeah, it's a little different. Mary says, so waiting for the cooler weather. Yeah. And there's we have a taste, right? Come. Yeah, it was not ideal. We'll just say that. Jedi Master Joe on YouTube says power's finally back on. I'll take that. We are fine, Paul says. I'll take that. Ashley says our fence fell over, but otherwise okay. I'll take that. Good morning. Everything okay over here? I like reading that. Last night was my first sleeping in my bed, and it was wonderful. I like that. I like that. Mentally, it's been an exhausting week, Melissa says over on YouTube. I think that so many in this room would agree with you, right? And my body hurts from all the cleanup, but thank God we're all safe. I like that. I like that. Yeah, after the storm, I wanted to go back to normal. Normal is good. We're getting there. We'll be there little bit by little bit by little bit. Nick's asking, is there a better future for UCF? Eventually. Not in this moment. Yeah. Matt says no one is complaining about the drought now. I told you all in July, Florida had a way of fixing the drought. Florida always has a way of fixing a drought. Yep. Okay. All right. So, glad everybody seemingly is doing all right. Let's look at the 7-day forecast. All right. Just kind of see where we're headed next. And then we can chat tropics, because I know that that's what's on everybody's mind. And in terms of the tropics, let's just notice we've got some wonderful weather. Yeah, we'll get a little warmer today. We'll get a little warmer tomorrow. We'll get a little warmer Tuesday. But red alert, condition red, battle stations, man your torpedoes. High temperatures in the 70s on Wednesday, Thursday, 50s and 60s. In the Burris house, I will be making, I think I have settled on the first soup of the year will be a tomato bisque. I will be working tomato bisque. It's Pebbles recipe. It will be the Pebbles tomato bisque. That has to be it. That has to be it. Misty says roof wind issues. Oh man, one foot in front of the other. I'm sorry to hear that. Maria's asking, why are people talking about another storm coming? Because social media is garbage in some cases. I did a video kind of addressing that, and we'll talk about that here for sure on Coffee Talk. So, all right, weather locally is good. Tracy says I have soup all year. Better, you're better for it. You're absolutely better for it. I would love to be able to be the guy that has soup all year. I feel like when it's hot, it's just not like it's just not on my mind. All right, to the tropics. We do have Invest 94 sitting off of the coast of the Cabo Verde Island. Okay, Hurricane Center giving it a low end 30% chance of development over the next 7 days' time. It's something. Here's the computer models for it. Okay, and when you look at the computer models, you would say to yourself, like, all right, we need to watch it. And sure, the answer to that is, yeah, we'll need to watch it. There were things discussed, like right after Milton, people were saying that there was going to be another hurricane. It was going to be heading to Florida the next week. That's not the case. We clearly do not have a hurricane heading to us. Now, Invest 94, I'm showing you those models, taking it in this general direction, but it's important to note that the development chances are not all that favorable. As a matter of fact, let me just read to you the little blurb from the National Hurricane Center, okay? And I'll scoot this just so that you can kind of see where that X is where it is now, okay? And then that like golden area is where the Hurricane Center says there is a potential for some development, okay? Showers and storms have diminished again in association with what is Invest 94, a few hundred miles west of the Cabo Verde Islands. While the system is currently embedded in an environment that is not favorable for development over the next couple of days, the system is forecast to move generally westward, west-southwest, where the tropical Atlantic, where environmental conditions could become for gradual development in the central tropical Atlantic by the mid to latter part of this week. Okay, so it moves in that kind of gold area there, that yellow area, and could try to form. Now, the best way to check on this, of course, is to look at some computer model data, and we will do that. So I'm going to widen out to the full basin view. This is the GFS model. We'll start with this, and if you're new to Coffee Talk, you know, at one point we had like 15,000 people watching us during the storm. What's neat about Coffee Talk, what I truly love about Coffee Talk, is that we don't handle hype. We kind of tackle it head on, but we look at all the model data. All right. So clearly where it says forecast high, that little blue dot in the sea of orange, that's anomalously low pressure in a sea of high pressure. So that's this area that we're discussing through time. And you can see that energy moving. At the same time, all right, so this is Wednesday night, October 16th. It's 00Z. We'll make it a round number. All right, that's 12Z on Thursday, October 17th. So that's Coffee Talk time, Thursday, this upcoming Thursday. Right where it says current temps. That may be around, okay? So we have to watch that area around the Caribbean. We have to watch that area out in the open Atlantic. At the moment, nothing too concerning, but you can kind of see there's a couple, we'll call them bogeys, a couple little bogeys around. All right? Now, notice that Invest 94 moves into the Caribbean. This is the 20th of October. And models kind of keep it far to the south. Why? Because we're getting cold fronts up in our area. So there's that. Sonia says, don't get why there is a few news outlets posting about it and they're scaring people. All I can do is what I can do. I can't tell Manolfi what to do. Thankfully, Manolfi and I are pretty much identical in our belief system. But I can't tell another media outlet what to do. So they're going to do what they're going to do. I will tell you this, if Wesh were to ever hype, I would have a stern conversation with my management team. But I'm not a boss. You have to understand that. But I would have a stern conversation about how we're losing our way. I would furthermore say that has never happened. And I'm grateful to work for a place that is firmly against it. Firmly against hype. Now, they want to make sure, and I want you to understand. All right, here, let's pause modeling for a second. I want to make sure you understand, like, coverage does not equal hype. Increased coverage, we do that so that people have a place to go when they need information. But don't confuse coverage with hype. Hype is it's going to be a category 6 and it's going to get us. You will, if you ever see Wesh do that, you tell me, so that I can go find it and I can go bring it to the boss, because the bosses are all anti-hype. I'm anti-hype, Manolfi's anti-hype. But we will be there with you. So I just want you to know, because like some people get frustrated when we're on the air for storms. They're like, you guys are hyping it. And it's like, actually, no, we're just here because there's a storm coming. And we call ourselves, you see it right there on my name, First Warning Meteorologist. That means that we're going to be here. We're going to be first to warn you. And then we're going to continue to warn you. So anyway, yeah, there's that. All right, so let's just keep going. Soapbox stepping off. Oh, that's a good question. What does 00 mean? 00Z, all weather data is in Zulu time. Literally, I have watches that help me decode. It says on my watch like 8:15, UTC 12:15. So it's 12:15 Zulu time, or Universal Time Coordinated, also known as Greenwich Mean Time. So anyway, I saw somebody had posted during the hurricane, they were like, Burris, you're never going to get a promotion because you don't hype. And I just laughed because, like, I am grateful to work at a place that does not hype. If I don't ever get a promotion, it's not going to be because of that. It's going to be because I'm a saucy thing. Anyway, okay. So checking. Now, interestingly enough, the very end of the GFS is kind of trying to do something with some energy down in the Caribbean. That would be like, oh God, that'd be like October. Now, that would be October. Didn't we see something? I forgot already. Didn't we see something on the BSR for October yesterday? I can't pull the BSR up in the configuration that I'm in right now. Actually, I probably could, but I don't have it set. I don't have it set up. But did I mention something around October on the BSR yesterday? Who the heck wants hype? Dude, you'd be surprised. Ari says, who the heck wants hype? You'd be surprised. Who a lot of people like hype, seemingly. You know, I think that hype gets clicks. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's interesting. That wasn't there yesterday on the GFS. Taylor says, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If Halloween gets ruined, I'll riot. Yukon, it's the chief and everybody else, basically. Lucas says Eric's sass will keep him from a promotion first. Exactly. It's my sass that will keep me back. So, okay. All right. Anyway, so that's the GFS. Let's pop over. Let's stop. We'll reset. Let's look at the European. We're just talking us friends here. If there's any bosses that hear it, nothing is going to need from a promotion, right? Oh God. Okay. All right. European, right, bosses? There's nobody's leaving. This is all just broad conversation, by the way. Like, nope. This weather team is locked in. I'm very happy where I'm at. Don't. Also, I guess I never mentioned it, but like since we're having this full-on joking conversation, re-sign a new contract. So you're stuck with me for a little bit longer. So there we are. Okay. We love the sass. All right, let's see here. Keep hype in Hollywood and sports. I would also say, like, I do hype cold fronts, and I'm not even sorry about it. We're going to hype that in a little bit. Oh, man. Here. So there's Invest. So the European wants to take Invest 94 north of the Turks and Caicos, or north of the Windward Islands, right into the Turks and Caicos, which, by the way, that's where Manalfi's at. Manalfi's cruising right now. Putts. Oh, man. All right, let's see. Anything? Oh, well, that's fun. Oh, it almost takes like a Dorian where it stops in the Bahamas. So, all right. So the European and the GFS are very different. Like, that's the European solution on Invest 94, whereas the GFS is much further south. So, yeah, let's keep watch. Let's keep watching the models, right? Nothing wrong with that. We'll keep watching. Yes, please hype cold fronts. I still think y'all are crazy for booking cruises during hurricane season. Oh, I don't disagree with you. And it was it was rough. Toby says something in the Gulf toward the end of the month and the Northeast a few weeks later. All right, there you go. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate it. Matt says hype more cold fronts. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. You live in Florida. Of course you would hype cold fronts. Absolutely, we have to hype cold fronts. It's a part of our at. Tropics could get interesting. But yeah, the GFS and the Euro are definitely a little different in there. Let's look at let's look at the long ensembles and just kind of get an idea. We'll zoom it back in a little bit. So GFS ensemble, trying to show something. More Gulf based around the 18th, 19th, 20th, but most ensemble members don't want to bring it to us, so there's that. Whereas the European ensembles, yeah, I suspect it'll be a little more. They're loosey goosey. So the Europeans struggling to initialize. That's fine. That's fine. At the end of the day, we have a moment to breathe. Let's take that. Let's enjoy that. Let's know that there is Invest 94 that we're watching, but that there's no immediate threats. Okay, good gravy. Enough of that. All right. Don't want to deal with that at all. What we do have is gorgeous. Atma on YouTube. Question: if a surge of 3 to 5 feet, is that in the ocean or is that will be coming on land? It would be an ocean rise. When we talk about storm surge, it's an ocean rise of 3 to 5 feet. So it would be like 3 to 5 feet above normal levels, that sort of thing. All right. All right. Let's check in and see how SpaceX is doing, getting ready for the super heavy launch. It's almost time. I guess we're going to have to listen in together, huh? 3 minutes to go. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we can listen in. Sheesh McGeesh. All right, well then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to end Coffee Talk and I'm going to start another fresh stream of it, okay? All right, listen. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. I'm going to go turn around another stream. Watch it live. Oh man, if this thing re-lands, that'll be wild. All right.